Super duper welcome everybody to this live. I am super excited to share something very amazing with you. And this is about setting up your revenue targets for online coaching and consulting business. Now, I have been into this space since 2017, on and off. I have been doing online coaching, and since COVID, I have been only doing online coaching. And there are several blunders that I made during these 7 years of my online coaching journey. And today I will be talking majorly about the blunders that I have been making. I had made for setting up my revenue target. And I get really, I should say sad when I look at people who are still making that mistake. Okay, let me go ahead and start recording this just for. Okay, cool. So yeah, I always keep wondering that why people make these mistakes in revenue while setting up their revenue targets for their online coaching. I know there are many mentors, and with all due respect, there are many mentors out there who keep telling you that this should be what you should be targeting to achieve in 3 months or 6 months time, especially you are in online coaching. But when we actually do it, we realize that there are many other costs which are involved. So since 2017, when I became an online coach, and after COVID I became a full-time online coach, I realized that there are many things that we need to rethink and relook and have clarity on before just blindly setting up any targets and then feeling sad about it, right? So let me share the details with you, and it's going to be very interesting. And let me go ahead and share that right now. Let me pull up my mind map. And in the meantime, if you're watching it live, type hashtag live. And if you're watching it as a replay, type hashtag replay. Let me first quickly check that whether, if there are any comments. I would love to answer them. So please do comment if you're watching it somewhere in some platform. Okay, so thank you so much. Now let's move on to the content, okay, which I would like to share with all of you. So revenue targets for online coaching. Okay, there are three things that I'll be talking about. Number one, I'll tell you 5 reasons why you must know this as an online coach. Number two, I'll talk about understanding the online coaching, marketing, and sales numbers. Okay, and number three, I'll let you know that from all of these lessons, what did I realize about setting up realistic revenue targets? Okay, so if you're ready to learn, just pull up your pen and paper, make some notes, pay attention, and type RTL, ready to learn, in the chat box. Okay, remember that your comments always give me a lot of power and a lot of energy. It encourages me to come live, on Wednesdays, 9 to 9:30 p.m. and talk about some really amazing stuff which will help you in your online coaching business. Okay, so please do share your love and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe, because that will be your support for us, okay, for our channel. All right, now let's talk about the first point, okay, where what are the 5 reasons you must know this as an online coach. Number one is because you will be realistic. Okay, there are many situations where we do not expect, we have over expectations from online coaching, because of hearsay, like somebody tells us that definitely you can do it. It's very good to stay motivated, but sometimes we need to have a very realistic picture in front of us. And we need to not just take risks, we need to take calculated risks, right? Do you agree with this? Just type agree in the comments, right, wherever you're watching. So being realistic helps us to also have less anxiety. When you know what are the numbers that you are going behind, and you have a realistic expectation, there are very less chances that your heart will be broken. Okay, many people do not run their advertisement, they do not invest in advertisement, they do not invest in the proper software and hardware, in automations, because of this one big reason, because they don't have that realistic expectation. So they start something, going through the mentor's journey, which is very much required. Everybody should have a mentor, even I have my mentor, right? I have mentors. So but you need to use your brain, your mind, in the best possible way. It's not just about that you have passion and it just converts to payment. It doesn't happen that linear way. Okay, there are many ways, there are many things in between. So we got to be very realistic, and the more realistic we are, the less heartbroken we are, and the less chances there is for us to you know quit, the passion that we started the journey with. Okay, I've seen so many people going back to their jobs, and so many people not doing the right thing because of this thing, because they do not have realistic expectations. So that's the number one reason why you need to learn about this. The number two reason is definitely, you will be able to put a price to your product. Okay, many a times I have personally seen in my journey also, I either underpriced my products, my coaching services, or even overpriced at times. And it was not matching with the market expectations or the customer expectation or the audience expectation. So when you need to know about revenue targets so that you can properly price your services, online coaching services. You should not be overpriced or underpriced. Okay, number 3 point is having a balanced approach towards revenue and profit. Majority of the people target only for revenue. They want to earn 3 lakhs in 3 months, or 6 lakhs in 3 months, or stuff like that, and they completely forget about profit. There is a whole bunch of people who want to just get an award on a stage, and for that they chase the numbers, and they know very well inside that they are not making any profit. All right, would you agree to this? Have you come across such people? Because I have. And and it happens with many people. They chase for that 3 lakh, 10 lakh, 10 crore, 1 crore, um to be in the tabloid, but and get that fame and get that stuff, carrying the award. But what's the story behind is, a majority of the time I have seen that, because they get brain fogged to just chase the revenue, they have completely missed out on the profit. And let me tell you that I have merely made profit once or twice in the 7 years of journey. So profit is a whole different ball game, which we usually tend to forget. What we are basically looking at is to say, or target revenues, because that's the number that's burnt by experts, right? So make sure that you do not leave the profit part behind. It's very important to understand profit. And disclaimer, I'm not an MBA grad. I completed my MBA, like half of MBA. I didn't even complete my full MBA. I'm basically an engineering background guy. And I'm not an expert in business or something. There are a lot of gurus in business, and I just want to share the mistakes that I did in my coaching journey, especially about revenue targeting, so that you are saved in some way and you learn something. Okay, is it making sense to you? Type MS in the chat box, and let me just quickly check if there are any comments. I don't see any comments, but I hope there will be comments. Okay, sure. Let's get back to the reasons. So balance revenue and profit. Okay, focusing on both the things. Number four reason why you should be very clear about your revenue targets is because you will have enormous clarity. This is one of the biggest reason why you should be aware of how to set your coaching revenue targets in a realistic way, the actual way. Okay, so and because you will have clarity, because when you know that what are the numbers and how it is going, they'll always tell you that how your business is doing. And if it is not doing well, or if there is room for improvement, you can definitely know exactly what to change and when to change. So optimizations will be very clearly visible to you. You don't even have to look outside. All the answers you will get just by looking the numbers. Yeah. So All of you type clarity. This is one of the biggest reason why you should know about this. And number 5 is definitely you will build a healthy habit of tracking. And mind the word natural urge. What happens is most of the time we get that Excel sheet, and we see some, we download some tracker from our mentors community or from somewhere. We fill it for 1 month, maybe for few weeks more, and then it's dumped somewhere. And suddenly when we need to, just it just hits us that how are we exactly doing in our journey, coaching journey. And when we try to look back, we have already forgotten, we have never tracked. So tracking is extremely crucial. Tracking the numbers, right? And what are the numbers? I'll give you a hint. If you're a novice, if you have never tracked your numbers in coaching business, definitely if in today's video you will come to know what are the numbers that you need to track. But definitely there's so many things that you can track. Okay, how many people came to your webinar, what was your ad expenditure, how many leads you got, what was the reach, what was the impression. So there are a lot of things. What is the conversion, how many people actually stayed till the end of the webinar, to the middle of the webinar, this, that. There's so many things that you can track. And the minute test that you can go towards your tracking, uh, the better perform, the better you're going to perform in your online coaching business, right? uh, so tracking is very, very important, but we get lethargic and we don't have a natural urge to do it. So when you have all of these points, right, when you have especially clarity, you will have a natural urge, you will feel like tracking it. So there is no push, like there's a natural push, right? There's no external force you need. Nobody needs to tell you that, hey, why are you not tracking it? You'll automatically start tracking it, the numbers. Okay, so there you go. These are the 5 reasons why you should learn the revenue targets, how you can set it, trying to be realistic. Okay, you can price your product adequately, accurately. You'll have a balanced approach towards revenue and profit, not just revenue. You'll have a lot of clarity to understand when you can use automation, when you can improve the team size, and so on and so forth. And you will build a healthy habit to track, a natural urge to track your numbers, which 9 out of the 10 coaches do not do, and because of that they suffer miserably, okay, in their business. All right. Number 2 is, let's understand the numbers in the online coaching, marketing and sales point of view. So look at this, right? This is going to be very interesting. Pay attention. This is the major part, this is the main part of this session. Okay, so you need to reach out to people. Okay, there are only 3 things that you need to do: get known, get sales, get known, get leads, get sales, and in that order. All of you can type GK, GL, GS. All right, you need to first get known. Okay, nobody knows you, especially online. You're an online coach, right? Nobody knows you. You've not created that credibility. So you need to have, you need to get known, and for that you need to spend money, especially in advertisements and stuff like that. Organically, typically the organic and inorganic paid ads, how you get people to see you. Organically, if you do, definitely organically, you need to do, the consistency really, really matters in all platforms, whether it's Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. But 20%, typically 20%, 80-20 Pareto's principle, right? All of you can type 80-20 Pareto's principle, right? 20% is typically from your organic reach, like what do you do in Instagram, what do you do in YouTube, what do you do in Facebook, and what do you do in LinkedIn. So because of that, you get about 20% of your traffic, 20% of the total audience, which are your potential customers. They look at you, and then 80% comes from your advertisement. That's a typical number across niches. Okay, so all of you can type 80%, because that's the number that I want to talk about today, because I come from the background of, I'm a meta ad specialist, so I want to talk from marketing and sales perspective. Okay, so 80% inorganic, is what, is the traffic. All right. So 80% you will get from paid marketing. Okay, this is an example which I will tell you about in a minute. Pay attention. Let's focus on the 80% from paid marketing. Okay, now 80% of traffic. Okay, um, if you get like 10,000 people to look at your video, let's say in paid marketing, which you are marketing, okay, you will get 10% of that, 10% of that traffic. What's your traffic number? 10,000. Okay, 10,000 is the number of people who watched your video. Out of that, 10% are gonna probably are going to be your leads. So if 10,000 people are watching your videos through Meta ads, Facebook and Instagram ads, 10,000, 1,000 people will opt in. Opt in means they will give you, willingly give you their email ID, phone number, and name. That's called an opt in. I opted into your funnel. In other words, AKA, also known as leads. Okay. So if I am ready to typically spend 80 rupees cost per lead, which is which you have to really work on. Okay. How much is the monthly budget, marketing budget I'm talking about? It's 80,000. I need to spend 80,000 rupees to get 1,000 leads, because 1,000 leads are going to come, that is 10% of the 10,000 people that are watching my advertisement. Okay, online marketing. Okay, paid marketing. Now why am I talking about 1,000 leads? You will come in a bit, you will come to know in a bit. That is because it's about conversions. Now if 1,000 people are your leads, the industry standard says for education industry is 20% leads. So that means if 1,000 people, okay, are attending your webinar, seminar, or whatever, right, there's a probability that you will get 20% conversions or 20 conversions. Okay. So 5 conversions per webinar. If you're taking weekly webinar, that should be your conversion target. And let's say your product is of 5,000 rupees, entry level product. You might have different levels, L1, L2, L3 as an online coach, right? Your entry level product is of 5,000 rupees. You made 20 conversions in a month. That means you got a monthly 1 lakh rupees income, revenue. You generated 1 lakh rupees. If that, so that's how you calculate. Because you have a monthly target of 1 lakh, you back calculate. So in order to get 1 lakh rupees, I need, and my product is 5,000 rupees, I need to make 20 sales. 20 into 5 is 1 lakh. But how will I get 20 sales? That means I need to convert at least 5 people in per webinar. So that also tells you that you need to be good at good at webinar selling, webinar or workshop, or boot camp selling, right? So that demands you to keep doing your webinar. Many people tell me, why am I emphasizing on this statement? Because many people tell me that, hey, Shrima, people are not coming to my webinar. Yeah, what should I do? I don't feel like going to webinar. Should I go for workshop? You know what? The more webinars you do, you practice. Every time you don't like zero attendance webinar, that is, consider it as your practice session. Do it like as if you have 1,000 people watching you. The more webinars you practice, the better you become. Okay, there are fantastic webinar scripts out there from various mentors, and personally my mentor is one of the best in that, Siddharth Rajsekar. I think majority of you know him already. He's like a pioneer of digital coaching in India. So huge respect to him. Because of him, I'm here in front of you talking to you. So webinar selling formula from by Siddharth Rajsekar, right? If you get a hold of it, or Russell Brunson's webinar selling formula, or you know Alex Harmiozzi's webinar selling formula, or any mentor that you have come across, and they're talking about webinars or workshop or bootcamp, you need to learn and master the skill of online selling. And mind the word, the emphasis on online selling. You might have been the best salesperson offline. That has nothing to do with becoming a best salesperson online. I hope you got the point. If you got it, type got it in the chat box in the comments. Even if you are the best, you got best sales award in, let's say, in some bank or some manufacturing industry or some medical insurance company, fantastic, kudos to you. That does not mean that you can use the same selling skills online. Online is a whole different ball game. So if you want to be an online coach, you must spend enormous amount of time mastering your selling skills. And for marketing, I'm there, don't worry about it. Okay, by the way, you can check the link below this video so that you can join my paid marketing do it yourself challenge for especially Facebook ads and Instagram ads. So anytime you want to go for online marketing and you're ready for it, you want to do it on your own without spending huge amount of money on ad agency, without just blatantly outsourcing it, do it, burn some fingers, burn your fingers, do some mistakes, but the mistakes will be lesser because I'll be there guiding you. So if you want to join my live 30 days challenge, and there is a level 2 where I do live 60 days challenge where I talk about advanced stuff so that you can move from 2x to 5x. So level 1 is all about getting 2x ROAS, return on ad spends. Okay, all of you please type 2x if you are listening to me carefully. And if you come to my level 2, you will not only get level 1, but also I'll tell you what are the advanced setups that you can do, especially in your online coaching. And this is exclusive for online coaches and consultants, not for digital marketers and stuff like that. So if you're an online coach and consultant, then you can definitely join my community for your online marketing. But for your online sales, definitely I'm not the guy. Siddharth Rajsekar can be one of your primary choices to join him. In fact, below this video, I will leave a affiliate link, very crisp and clear and straightforward. I want to tell you, I will leave a affiliate link where using that you can join his community. There's a free course available for you as well. So go ahead, watch the free course, and if you really like it, upgrade your membership. You will benefit. I'll also benefit. Siddharth will also benefit. So, and definitely online coaching would be fantastic. So definitely Siddharth Rajsekar is my recommendation for online sales. So coming back to the numbers, which many people goof up, and because of that, they get all sorts of overthinking because they're not even tracking the numbers and they keep overthinking. Arey yaar, webinar nahi karunga, I won't do this, I won't do that, let me change this, let me change my niche. First track the numbers, bro. Right? Track the numbers. Please put it in the chat box, please put it in the comments for others to look at. Okay, track the numbers, track the numbers at all times. So coming back to the let us pick our brains, right? Okay, so now do back calculation. First ask yourself, what is my target monthly? So my typical target was whatever the last income I had in my IT organization. I definitely wanted to earn more than that, and I crossed it. Thanks to Siddharth and thanks to my mentors, because of, and thanks to me. Okay, like Snoop Dogg said, last and not the least, I would like to thank me. All right. So I would definitely like to thank me. I would definitely like to thank my mentors. Definitely would like to thank all my friends who are coaches, wonderful people, because of which I was able to cross my six-figure salary in was is it six figure, 1 2 3 4 5 6, yeah, six figure. So I was able to cross my six-figure salary in a period of, in online coaching, in a period of I would say I think about 5 years since I left my job. By the way, I'm in online coaching for the last 7 years. So 2 years ago, I was able to cross the my salary. So that is my target, right? And precisely my target was 2 lakhs because my salary was about 1.2 lakhs when I left my IT organization, right? Many years ago. So what's your target? Because whatever is your target divided by the front end product, right, your first level product, is the number of monthly sales or conversions that you need to achieve. And now you back calculate, now you ask yourself, so to get that number of conversions, that means sales per month, which is 20, typically industry standard 20% of my leads. So how many leads I need to have? Calculate that. Okay, so whatever is the number divided by, you know 0.2, 20%. So you will get the number, right? So if you back calculate, right, if I have to show you this, right, so if I want to earn 20, if I want to earn 1 lakh, okay, and that means I want to do 20 conversions, okay, I need to have at least 1000 leads in my system. So if I'm paying, let's say my cost is 80 rupees cost per lead for a free webinar, typically it will stay between 80 to 150 rupees. Okay, now if it goes up to 150 rupees, the ROAS, which is my next point, the return on ad spends, the return on ad spends will go for a toss. Okay, so it is always calculated on entry point sales, right? But so what is the point here? You need to really run good ads, good quality advertisement, so that your cost per lead stays, that much, which you can afford. Why am I saying 80, right, and not 150? Because most of the people get somewhere about 120, 150. So what I'm trying to say is, they can reduce it if they know the tricks and techniques to launch their ads in a proper way, set up their ads in a proper way. They can definitely reduce the CPL. So why am I talking about CPL is because if you are bringing 1000 people at the rate of 80 per person, you're going to spend 80,000 rupees on your ad budget. So if you're spending 80,000 and you're getting 1 lakh, you're making 2,000 to 20,000 rupees profit. Okay, sorry, not profit, but at least you're getting return on ad spend. All right, that will be about 1.2x or something ROAS, right? So the return on ad spend. So if I'm getting, if I have to divide, right, if I have to divide, let's say I got 1 lakh. Okay, so you type 1 lakh in your calculator, and and you spent 80,000. So total ad spends, so total revenue earned in front end product divided by the total amount of ad spent in for the month. So 1 lakh divided by 80,000 is equal to 1.25. So in our example, I got a 1.25x ROAS, return on ad spends. But my ROI is a completely different story. What is ROI? Profit. Remember, I told you in the beginning of the session, you also need to think of return on investment. Now, majority of the coaches and consultants do not consider these things. What is the software price? What is the hardware price? Right? You need good quality hardware and software. For example, Zoom, for example, LMS, for example, automation software, for example, Zapier, for example, email marketing system. There are so many software costs that you need to consider. Then there is hardware. There are DSLRs, there are webcams, there are mics, there are wireless mics, there are lights, there are many stuff like laptops, like, right? So there are so many things that you need to consider for hardware. Internet cost, which is the spinal cord of your online business. If it is, this is like, if there is no internet, there is no online business, right? So you need to consider internet. How much are you spending? What's your team price? Like, how much are you paying to each person? Even if there is one person, right, you need to, what people do is they know this much only, they just want to calculate team. Okay, so I spent 80,000 on my ads. I gave my chap, like my team member, 20,000. Oh, so my ROI is 1x. Sorry, bro, you are absolutely wrong, because you did not consider the software, the hardware, the internet, the learning. How much did you spend on your mentors and different, attending different events, learning and networking? How much you must be giving gifts, some awards time to time in your community for achievers, and there may be different kind of awards. There may be t-shirts, there may be cups, there may be printed certificates, right? There may be events that you will be spending on. Have you calculated all of that? And what about your meetings? And when we are talking about offline meetings, we are talking about the food and beverage. We are talking about traveling. We are talking about staying. We're talking about fuel if you're traveling in your own car. So you need to consider all of this when you are trying to figure out, hey, am I making profit? Am I in my online business? Right? We are talking about profit. ROI is nothing but profit. ROAS is nothing but revenue. Okay, if you got it, type got it in the chat box. I think it's giving you a lot of clarity. Okay, I think you got it. Okay, and the spelling of got it is not GOTIT. In my style, it's GAATIT. So if you're listening to me carefully, type got it. Okay, I just love the way it sounds. Okay, so I hope you got this back calculation to get 20 conversions in a month. I need to have 1000 leads at the rate of 80 per lead. That means 80,000 is my online marketing budget. And in my ads, I need to make sure that my ads are really kick ass so that they will reach at least 10,000 people. If it reaches 10,000 people, then I will get 10% as my leads, because 10,000 is the traffic. 10% are the lead of the traffic. 10% of the traffic are the leads. Okay. And 20% of the leads are the conversions. So now you back calculate. Okay. So if you just want to take a screenshot, quick screenshot, go ahead and take a screenshot of the online coaching, marketing, and sales figures. Right. So I hope by now you got a lot of clarity on setting up some realistic expectations, right? Last but not the least, before I end the session, I want to tell you straight away from my experience, and talking to so many different, like 200 plus different coaches across niches, and helping them to run their meta ads, talk about their funnels, helping them to clarify their niche, get clarity on their niche, to get clarity on their offer. After doing all of these, after taking the whole 9 yards steps, okay, this is what is my thumb rule for all of you who are in online coaching. Okay, and this will give you peace of mind. This will not take a piss, this will not piss on your mind, but it will have peace of mind. Okay, give me a smiley if you got the joke. All right. So, what is the realistic revenue targets? This is it, my friends. This is the verdict. After learning all that I already told you and making sure that you're tracking the numbers in an Excel sheet, tell yourself this, that in the next 3 months, I want to get at least twice the money that I am spending on my ads in 3 months. It's very much achievable, especially through Facebook and Instagram ads. I also teach about Google ads and LinkedIn ads, but that's very basic level. But Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, Facebook and Instagram ads, definitely you can achieve it. Again, I'll tell you, if you want to learn more about it, don't forget to check the link below this video. So tell yourself that I will get 2x in 3 months, which means if I am investing 50,000 per month, that's 1.5 lakhs in 3 months. I need to make a revenue of how much? 6 lakhs in 3 months. That means my monthly target is 2 lakhs. This is just an example. Now it is completely up to you. How deep are your pockets? How deep is your pocket? There's a song, na? How deep is your love? Right? I forgot I think it was Lionel Richie, right? Anyway, so or was it the Bee Gees? I forgot. Anyway, 1980 born, 1970 born, right? If you know about what I'm talking about, okay. All right. Um, so 2x, and let me tell you the realistic figure of ROI. For return on investment, that means to make a profit in your online coaching business, it's 3 years. And in 3 years, definitely, I mean, not to make a profit, to make 3 times of whatever that you invested, your target should be, tell yourself that whatever amount that I spent in my business, I want to triple it in next 3 years profit. Okay, after deducting everything. So this is my verdict, folks. Print it, paste it, put it in your burn it in your mind, write it in your diary, whatever it takes. Let's get it done, and it is very much achievable. I hope this session was helpful to you. If it was, type helpful in the comments, and do support our channel with your subscribe, like. Don't forget to hit that bell icon, and go for all notifications. Many people just hit subscribe, but they don't hit the bell icon in YouTube. And therefore, whenever we go live, they don't get notified. So I hope you will do this much, and I will love to meet you next Wednesday, 9 to 9:30 live in YouTube. Looking forward to meet you inside my community if you're really, really serious about learning meta ads. And don't worry, you don't have to sell a kidney to join my community.